So to wrap up, let's go to Manchester City. Well, they played Brentford. I think it was Brentford they played. Yeah, played Brentford and they won 1-0. They played Brentford at in London and they won just 1-0. Haaland scored the goal, clean, easy and tidy. And so Ishibo, what was your thoughts on that game? Was it much needed, considering the fact that City have not had the best, even they won't call it the best start to the season this season. So since last season they've been struggling, and they are still you can still see that a bit of struggle in the way they play. So do you think it was a much needed win, and were you impressed with the win, even though it was just a 1-0 win?
Um, I watched that game. I wasn't impressed really. I know City had a lot of the ball. I was expecting that they would probably blow over the opponent, but that
Yeah,
didn't happen. You know, and there were times even in the game that they were lacking ideas. You know, they didn't really know what to do. They just had so many, passes in between them. It was like boring one to death. And but they were able to get the win. Obviously, Haaland obviously had another goal as well. The guy is just so confident. When it comes to obviously just killing again. He's the kind of person who will have the most or the least amount of touches on the ball, but then he's so efficient when it comes to hitting the back of the net. So I think it's a win. City haven't had it easy this season. But it will give them confidence moving into the next games. I don't know who they are facing next. I think it's Everton. Everton. So that's obviously going to be a very difficult fixture. But the City of this season, there is no fear factor. It doesn't look like that team is in order.
yeah,
If you look at the midfield, the midfield is still quite suspect. I used to like Reinders when Reinders actually started when they played their first few games. Like he was very very good, but I don't think he's actually covered
yeah,
himself in glory in the last few games. Rodri, I think Rodri went off injured. Rodri went off injured again in the
yeah. He's injured again,
early part
exactly.
of the first half. So that's another problem. You know, Phil Foden, he has had flashes here and there, but I'm not really banking on Phil Foden to have the kind of season he had like I think 3 years ago. So there's still a lot of work to be done. But you see the back line, the defense is still quite good. Vardio has been impressive this season. You know,
Yeah.
Diaz has also been very good. They have a world class goalkeeper, Donnarumma. So when it comes to keeping things tidy, I think they have what it takes to keep things tidy at the back. If they're up for it, but it's more about sort of trying to find that balance between defense and attack. So I still feel like their midfield is quite questionable. But credit to them for the win. I don't think that Brentford actually gave too much in terms of a fight in the game. You know, I'm a bit worried for Brentford though. I don't know if they'll have enough to actually remain in the league, but there are other teams just as bad or even worse than them. If you look at the table, I think Wolverhampton is probably going to go down. So but Brentford haven't. I think they have only like one win in their last five games or so. So that's not really good. Obviously, you can make argument that they've lost some of their key players, but they still have other good players in the team. So begs the question, whether the manager is actually getting the most out of the team. Whenever you go to Brentford, no matter how it is, you find out you see it somehow the home support is quite it's quite intense. And I didn't see that from the game that I watched. So I mean, we'll see how well they can perform in the next couple of game weeks. But Manchester got the win, and I praise them for that.
Okay. So Tolu, Isibo said he wasn't impressed with the CC win. I mean, Haaland scored again. What are your thoughts on the game?
I mean, Haaland, what can we say about this guy? This guy is arguably one of the best goal scorers in the history of the game. When it comes to just
Yeah,
just put the ball in the back of the net. You can bet on Haaland any day, anytime, anyway. But you see, the thing with City is, yes, Haaland is top notch, but you still need other people to be able to put in the goals as well. Doku started off good, but obviously, there are you going to be consistent throughout the season? I don't know. Foden just flies under the radar for some reason. It's like people forget this guy was doing 19 goals in the league at some point and just vanished. And it's like, where are you, boy? Like they need they need Foden back on form. They need Ryan Cherky. Cherky hasn't really started kicking it, and we had so much high expectations for Cherky, especially because of the he showed in Lyon. He was arguably supposed to be that guy that was supposed to be like KDB, replacements to at least to a little extent. I'm not comparing him to KDB.
Yeah.
But he hasn't turned up. So City can pull out performances. They've got a top manager, not going to be fooled. Pep is still Pep. He might have lost his super team, but it's still Pep Guardiola. Still a tactical genius. And they're going to get wins. They're going to pull out wins. The question is just, can they run a marathon? Can they keep up high levels for extended period of times? Can they go on 15-game wins? I don't think this City has the capability to do that. Just shows like Arsenal is spoiled for choices of midfielders, especially when it comes to our defensive midfield options. Like, imagine you just give City Rice right now. Like, they're going to cook, but you give them Zubimendi or something. At least they're going to be able to get on with the season much, much better. But if City comes under a team that puts them under a lot of pressure and is good technically with the ball, I'm not sure City can really withstand, but it's left to say again. They have business in the window, however. I was shocked. I thought they were going to do much more. I thought they were going to really reinforce their defense and that midfield. I was shocked they just stopped at where they stopped. But maybe they have plans this January, but it's left to see.
Pep always has plans. There's no summer he doesn't have plans. Whatever is not working now, I expect that in January he'll probably
going to throw money at it.
Throw money at it, So that and it has worked for him for some years now, but I feel like he's gotten to that stage where the team is just not clicking,
It's normal.
It's not clicking.
The team is normal. That's where they are.
If you look at if we're probably looking at this sort of City team, forget the players they have now. If we were to put this game, say 2-3 years ago, and you say Manchester City and Brentford, you're like, oh my God, they're going to blow them away 4-0, 5-0.
Yeah.
And they didn't even have enough like offensive play. They were just
they had less than one.
They were just passing the ball between them, and they couldn't make anything of it. There was not really any creativity, in the game. Really. No one actually just saying, okay, yeah, give me the ball, let me see what I can do. If it was Foden back, 3 seasons ago, Foden will tell you, okay, yeah, give me the ball, let me see how I can force the attack. But yes. I didn't see that.
How does that guy escape criticism? Like,
people still feel he's young, though. People still feel he's young, but I don't know how. Yeah, I think he's like 25 now. I don't know why he's escaping so much criticism.
Look at what Rashford was facing. Like,
he's English now. He's going under the radar.
Rashford is English too.
He's going.
But anyway, I think
going under the radar.
I think he's in a team that is largely perceived as successful, and they are successful. That's why he's going under the radar. I mean, if Man City continue with like this for another 1 or 2 years, then you start to see people come for them. But yeah, I mean, the game week ended with Arsenal on top of the table by 1 point. Vital 1 point, actually, I must say. And so, Tolu, I'd ask you this question. Is it Arsenal's title to lose right now? Or is it too early to call?
Going into the season, everybody agreed it was Liverpool were the favourites, that the defending champions, they spent 400 odd million. So we can't just change this after 7 games and 1 point difference. Like, it's too early. Let's see. If Liverpool does not get their acts together and you give Arsenal 5-7 point gap, this Arsenal is not the same Arsenal as last year. I think we'll run away with it. But if they're able to stay in the race, stay within 3 points, within 5 points, I think, and they get their acts together, they've really got a chance as well. And I think City is that other team as well, where, like I said, I don't know what they're planning to do in January, but if they can get like 2 pieces or something in January and they can keep up the fight until then, I think City still have a say. Not big of a say, but I think City have a say. The only person who I'm like, which is Chelsea, which you are saying right now, that I never thought like your team was capable of withstanding the marathon of the season, and we're not even 10 games in, and the whole back line is already out injured. So I just don't think Chelsea have enough in the tank. But City, Arsenal, Liverpool. Liverpool still remain favourites. They've got to hold it. They are the defending champions. They should defend it. Let's see.
Okay. So Ishibo, what are your thoughts? Do you think who do you think is title favorite of that based on the last 7 games?
Um, I'm so unhappy to say this, but it feels like it's Arsenal's title. I don't know
Yeah.
how it has gotten to this sort of stage where I'm thinking Arsenal will win the league, because the Liverpool team is not just it. They're not quite as good as they were last season. And it feels like Arsenal have that they have that squad depth. And it looks like things are just working for them. Especially the way the manager has been able to get the best out of the players. So
Yeah.
reluctantly, as a Chelsea fan, I don't want Arsenal to win this league, because we won't hear the last of it. You know. So, but I still feel like Manchester City. Manchester City will probably have a role to play in this. Chelsea. I mean, yeah, you can say because of the sentiments, because I have affiliations with them. They would also have a say in this as well. So I would say reluctantly at this point, it seems like it's Arsenal's to lose, but I don't want them to win it. It's going to be, it's not good. It's not good for Chelsea fans. This is not good. So, but yeah, Arsenal are doing the right thing right now, and I think they have the edge for now.